Hello and welcome to the Winning Agenda's coverage of an Ikoria Lair of the Behemoths draft. My name is Jesse Marshall. I'm here against a companion, a Gigantha. Okay, interesting. It is certainly a good one to have as a free card in your hand, particularly when your opponent has a one-lander. So no one-cost cyclers. This is a sweet hand, but we're going to have to mulligan, sadly. Into another one-lander. I don't love it when Magic does this to me. I'm just going to keep 6 because I think going to 5 is not going to be ideal. And as long as we get a second land, we can just cycle away the Ominous Seas or play it. And we'll chuck back the Mutual Destruction because I don't think that's going to pay off for us. So let's just see how we go. Fingers crossed land on one of our first 2 draws. Not the first one. Okay. Not the second one. Think we can still come back if we draw a land next turn. All is not lost. So we needed 1 land in any of our first 3 draws there. It's looking not great, but it's all is not lost. I think we'll play out the Ominous Seas. And then we've got the easy prey cycle next turn if need be. We've also got Slitherwisp into Pouncing Shawshark. So if we can take a couple of hits here, it'll be okay. But if we get some enormous mutators blowing our head up, then that's not going to be the best. Okay, so the Crystalline Giant gets first strike. A little annoying. See if we can't pick up a land here. Okay, so no land. Sad times. So we're going to be taking 7, potentially 8 next turn, which is pretty painful. Now, we can kill both of those creatures, but only in 2 turns' time. So if we take the 8, we go to 7. We can potentially block with Slitherwisp the turn after. But we're probably going to be taking another 7, because assuming they've got a land here, they're going to be able to play Gigantha. Which I do not love. So in our first, what is this, 5 draws, we've drawn 1 land. Perhaps 6 because we cycled. Yeah, I don't love that. Okay, so we're going to be 1 land off Extinction Event, and we're going to die. That's so sad. Yeah, so if we'd managed to hit that, we would be totally back in the game, but we did not. I guess that's what you get for keeping a 1-lander to an extent, but we'll just concede that one and move on to the next game swiftly, I think. It's an unfortunate start for a pretty exciting deck that I'm looking forward to playing with a little bit more. We've got a lot of game here. So let's just put that one down to an unfortunate aberration and see what we can't do from now on. So /121 is our next opponent, and this one looks pretty reasonable. Certainly a lot better than our 7 or our 6 from last time. More of the cards that we want to see early in the game, and fewer of the ones that we don't. Looks like our opponent's in our shoes from last game with their mulligans. It's always unfortunate when Magic games get decided by mulligans. They've gone to 4. Wow, okay. Must be something going wrong with the shuffler, as they used to say on Magic the Gathering Online. Nothing like complaints about the shuffler to get everyone a bit excited. I think we'll chuck the facet raider down so we can do a bit of looting in addition to playing the Glimmer Bell potentially next turn. Yep, that sounds okay to me. Let's get out the Glimmer Bell. And actually I think we're going to attack here. Not sure there's any particular need for us to be looting right now. Easy Prey might go into the bin sooner rather than later though, off a loot. And then it can always be recovered with a Lord Dracus if need be. Okay, Farfinder it is. Mono red, potentially. Interesting. Play the swamp. And then we'll get in there with the Glimmer Bell. And I'll hold back the Facet Reader, I think. Yeah, because I think we'll Easy Prey at instant speed, potentially. And then we might loot. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to loot in response to that. See what we end up with. Slitherwisp, which means that I am more likely to want the Mutual Destruction. So I'm going to discard Easy Prey. Resolve the Tigerella. And then cast the Slitherwisp at the end of the turn. Very good. Now, do we want to mutate our Chittering Harvester, or do we want to keep up the Mutual Destruction? I don't think I really... we probably just sacrifice this Facet Raider, hey? So this has got Flash, which means we can attack with... We can loot with the Facet Raider if we want, and then go Mutual Destruction, Facet Raider. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll loot with that. And discard the swamp. Then we'll Mutual Destruction the Tigerella, like so. Draw a card of the Slitherwisp. Attack with the squad. And then play out a Facet Raider. Cool. Now, we need to be careful here so we can just Chittering Harvester. I think this will work out well, so long as they don't have another play, but they do have the Gremlin. Okay. So we'll probably, I think, still mutate the Chittering Harvester onto the Glimmer Bell over the top. We'll probably play the island so we can loot this turn, because we might actually loot away this Extinction event. So what have we got? A 6, a 3, and a 2. So we want to be looting lands off the top as well. So, whoa, okay, interesting. Alright, well, we'll just get in there with the squad minus the Facet Raider. Interesting, I wonder what reason there could be for wanting the gremlin that badly. Misclick? Okay. That's unfortunate. We never like to do well for misclick, particularly when our opponent had to mulligan to 4. Another bit of spit gremlin. Cool. We'll just have a loot. And we'll chuck the... what have we got in the bin here? Only the facet radar is something that we can bring back. Nonetheless, I think we'll chuck the extinction event and keep the lurker. Mutate that onto the slither wisp. Actually, we'll mutate onto the chittering harvester. Why not? Not like they're going to be blocking with the gremlin anyway. So we'll mute that under. Mutate that under. Bring back the facet radar, which we'll probably discard, in all honesty, to the other one. And this is starting to feel a little bit like a foregone conclusion if it wasn't already. So apologies for the time that it's taking to put this one away. Hopefully that's not a bad omen of things to come. If you can't win swiftly against your opponent who's got nothing going on, we'll hold back the second facet radar, I think. And we'll discard, I think, it over the Boot Nipper. We'll see what we draw. Concession. Okay, fair enough. So sad times for our opponent. So we go back to 1-1, which is a little more respectable, and might pause this video there and bring the next match to you in a separate video. So thanks for watching. I've been Jesse Marshall for The Winning Agenda.